help my daughter-in-law's horses. I'm Allie, this is Noah, and we're here to help you enjoy horses in a fun, safe way. And today, we're gonna do clipping. So, you'll notice Noah, after a nice long winter of growing his coat out, has all of these whiskers on him, okay? He's got whiskers all over here. And you'll also notice that he's got no place for a halter or a bridle to sit without matting down some of his mane. So I'm gonna clip his whiskers off, and we're gonna clip what's called a bridle path. It's a place for the bridle to sit where there's no mane, and so it doesn't get snarled or tangled in the mane. Now, I have just a simple rechargeable clipper. It plugs into the wall, charges overnight, and then I can use it to clip him. You can get fancier ones that do different levels or different lengths of hair, or much more powerful, but this does the job for his little whiskers and for his bridle path. So now, first thing I want to do is, you never know how a horse is going to react to this. It's a quiet little vibration, but sometimes it bothers them. So I'm going to turn it on, and I'm just going to show him to Noah. Let him check it out. You see, he doesn't mind it all that much. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start on his chin. Let's see how I can do this so you can see this the best. I want to put the guard of the clippers against his skin, and he's going to try to eat it because he really likes clippers. And I'm just going to go along and just try to clip the longest of the hairs. And you'll notice I'm not trying to clip his fur. His fur, I don't want to clip. He needs his coat still. But we're going to take some of these whiskers off. You can see, kind of have to focus on the long ones. Now, you might be wondering, why do horses get these whiskers? Well, one of the reasons that his whiskers are so long is we don't clip them in the winter. And that's because whiskers help keep frost off a horse, because the frost will form on the end of the whiskers rather than on the skin of the horse. And that keeps the horse much warmer and keeps him drier. So you can see already, look how much better he looks. Oh, I know you're gonna eat your clippers. I think secretly Noah likes the clippers. He likes the vibration. It's like a little massage for his mouth. All right, so now I'm gonna do the other side. We're gonna clip all these hairs off. You wanna be careful around the sensitive areas of skin, such as his nostrils. And you'll notice that sometimes I'm not even touching him, I'm just getting close to him. And that's because, again, I'm not trying to trim his fur, I'm trying to trim these long whiskers that already stick way off of him. It's helpful to go opposite the direction of the whiskers. So you'll notice his whiskers generally point down, and I've been shaving up, and this helps you kind of get underneath the whiskers. All right, so he looks much better, much more dapper. Now the next thing you can do, and this is not necessary, you might only do this when you were getting ready for a show, would be to clip these long goat hairs down here, okay? So he's got all these, but you'll notice the halter is in the way. So what I like to do is I remove the halter from his nose, but I keep it around his neck. So it's gonna act a little bit more like a dog collar, okay? So he's still secured, but I can now have access to most of his face. So, again, same thing, clipper guard against the skin, and I'm gonna go opposite the direction of the hair. Now these hairs are much finer. They're not nearly as tough as those whisker hairs. And I want to be careful, because if I shove this against his skin, he's going to get a very funny rectangular patch shaved out of him. And so we don't want that. We're just trying to shorten and trim those. So I'm not even touching his skin. I'm just going along and trimming these nice long hairs off. Good man, Noah. You might have to do it a couple of times. Make sure you get everything. You're being a very good boy, Noah. So there. So I'm not going for, complete barber shave. We're just trying to clean him up a little bit, get some of those long hairs off of him. So he looks much better now. It looks a little cleaner. So now the last thing is going to be his bridle path. All right, so I put his halter back on because I'm getting back up here. I'm going to need a little bit more control over him. I also brought me a bucket, so I can stand on a bucket if I need to get up, because horses have a tendency to like to lift their heads and make it very difficult to do their bridle path. So, I'm actually going to go at this from the other side so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so you can see where all of this mane is, right? Now the trick is we don't want to shave off any of his forelock. We just want to shave a bridle path. So I'm going to move his halter back. We're going to let his forelock go forward. Turn my clippers on. And I'm going to go down the center of the mane. And what I do is I go forward maybe a centimeter, little tiny bit, like that much. And then I back up and go over that area again. And a bridle path does not need to be a mile long. It just needs to be big enough to put a halter or a bridle in the way in that path without it getting the mane all snarled and tangled. Good boy. No, he's being very well behaved. And you can kind of shorten it. Go over it a couple of times. And you notice, like, I'm not doing it down to his skin. It just needs to get that long mane hair out of the way. And then what you'll notice is now his halter has a nice place to sit without getting any of his mane snarled. So his forelock goes forward, the rest of his mane goes back, and he's got a nice spot for any tack that we would want to put there. Thanks.
Thanks for watching this video. Help My Daughter Loves Horses. Check out our website for more.